Atlanta, former President Jimmy Carter offered an accursing prosecution of U.S. remote approach and residential issues Tuesday, saying cash in governmental issues makes the country more like a theocracy than a vote-based system and giving President Donald Trump a role as a failure on the world stage. Carter's reactions, offered at his yearly introduction to patrons of his post-administration Carter Center in Atlanta, went past Trump, yet he was especially condemning of the country's heading under the Republican president's authority. The 39th president, a Democrat, offered this exhortation to the 45th, "Keep the peace, advance human rights and come clean." Carter, 92, did not say expressly Trump's debilitating trades this late spring with North Korean despot Kim Jong-un, yet the previous president said the U.S. ought to connect specifically with the isolated pioneer and examine a peace settlement to supplant the truce that finished the Korean War in 1953. "I would send my best individual to Pyongyang promptly, on the off chance that I went poorly," Carter stated, taking note of that he's been 3 times to the nation, even as progressive U.S. organizations have declined to manage the administration. The North Koreans, Carter stated, need an arrangement that assurances the U.S. won't assault unless North Korea assaults the U.S. or, on the other hand, a partner, especially South Korea. "Until the point when we converse with them and endanger them with deference, as individuals, which they are, I don't believe we will gain any ground," Carter said. He additionally rejected Trump's positive thinking that he can build Middle East peace. Trump has entrusted his child-in-law, Jared Kushner, with taking care of the issue that has vexed U.S. organizations for years. However, the president eminently sponsored off the long-held U.S. position requiring a two-state arrangement amongst Israel and the Palestinians. Carter said he is for all intents and purposes sad that anything Trump thinks of would offer equity to the Palestinians. "I don't think Trump or his relatives are making any procedure in that regard," he said. Carter condemned both Israeli and Palestinian pioneers for an absence of adaptability, yet he singled out Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, a Trump partner, for having no goal at all of having a two-state arrangement. The previous president and his better half, Rosalind, to a great extent avoid fanatic legislative issues, long having yielded any dynamic part in the Democratic Party. Be that as it may, they keep up their prominent promotion through the Carter Center, which concentrates on human rights, general well-being and fair races. Carter on Tuesday protected the middle's part in observing the August presidential races in Kenya that the nation's Supreme Court later disposed of. The court has requested another decision. The Carter Center's checking group, drove by previous Secretary of State John Kerry, said days after the vote that the way toward throwing paper polls was reasonable, yet that the electronic arrangements were inconsistent. Carter said Tuesday that universal screens were not permitted to watch the tallying procedure. The middle additionally stays occupied with endeavoring to end the Syrian common war, Carter said. He noticed that he and others from the inside have drawn in Russian President Vladimir Putin and others attempting to intermediary peace. Carter touted a program at his middle that tracks online networking utilization in the war-torn country. By distinguishing the areas of individual publications with known political and military affiliations, Carter stated, examiners can perceive which groups control different urban communities and territories. Carter said the inside offers that knowledge with the Pentagon, the State Department, different media outlets and remote partners of the U.S. Carter made no specify of continuous investigation into Russian impedance in the 2016 U.S. presidential crusade or potential ties amongst Russia and the Trump battle. At 92, Carter is second eldest living U.S. president and fourth longest-lived president ever. His birthday is October 1. George H. W. Shrub, the eldest living president, turned 93 on June 12, putting him 92 days into his 94th year. Ronald Reagan was 120 days past his 93rd birthday when he passed on in 2004. Gerald Ford kicked the bucket 2 years after the fact, having lived 165 days past his 93rd birthday. Carter as of now has the longest post-administration, having been out of office for a long time and very nearly 8 months.